Here's adventure.
His fast gun for hire heeds the calling wind.
This is High Noon and welcome! Are you prepared to draw? I hope so! And I don't mean any of that liver-lizzied, gun-slinging stuff. And I don't mean any of that artist stuff. I'm here to do that. Yous all will just draw together, become family, friends, help each other, support each other, all that stuff. This is a place to have a good old time, friends and frolic, and all that stuff. Okay? This is it.
Hello, everyone. How are we all today? We're doing good. I decided to switch over to page 8 because there's still a couple things that I need to correct on page 7 and 6 and all that. We will, of course, hopefully come back to those in the next couple of weeks. So we'll probably do this one till next Friday. Let me get in the Discord as well, so if anybody wants to come on in on air, they can and talk. So yeah, I guess we'll just start. Nobody's really here, I think, but hey, it is what it is, right? We got get that opening for like the first half hour. Okay, so let's see. What we need to do first, of course, is the brightness to opacity. Create a folder. Actually, 4 folders, one for each panel. Panel 1. Two, 3, 4. Okay, and then in these panels, we need panel folders. We need probably 3 more. We'll say the top one will be Rick Arrow. And then Nancy Brown. And then, of course, the background. So, and we will actually copy all these because I think they can go in all the folders. I don't think anything else needs to go in all these folders. Hey, Math, how are you? Okay, so we do know it's brown underneath them. So let's grab that. How are you today? So background, I'm going to put one thing in there. So that's the full background. Now we'll work up. We'll live in the dream. How is yours? I'm doing good. You know, I decided to, as I was saying a few minutes ago, I decided to work on page 8 instead of 7. There's a few things I need to correct. Actually, there's even one thing I need to correct here. And we'll do that right now. It's not a biggie. Just going to erase line there. And we'll erase this. We're going to erase another line here in a second, but so how went trucking last night? I don't like how that turned out. Okay, so again, we're going to take out this, but shrink actually down. Take out this line. And then we're going to come back here and just look at how he's done it. I might come back and redo this at some point. It's just so we can create the fur lining that's supposed to be there. So Nancy, let's open this up, give her a few layers. Of course, we know there's her blue layer for her coat. So that's a lower layer there. Okay, so there's that. I think we're seeing a bit of her hat being right in there. Probably a little bit right in there. And then, of course, we've got her glove. Which we'll put in next for color. So I wonder who's all going to come by today. Yeah, we're getting colors in here. Okay, so up next is going to be the fur coloring. We're going to put that right up at the top here. I'm going to have to come back and do this. I'm not sure for all the fur what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so we do have her hair. Hair is underneath. See some hair here, it looks like. It's very close to the thing. Grab her skin color. Well, you know what? We're going to have to grab her hair color. We'll put it on her eyebrow there. Then we need the whites of her eyes. Hello.
Home yesterday.
Hey, John. How are you?
Hey.
How are you, John? Can you even hear
Yeah,
me?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. What are you up to besides hopping on
Oh,
here?
work.
Well, I'd say what kind of work, but I think that's fairly obvious. Drawing. Work for you now is drawing.
That's right. Drawing and coloring and lettering and yada yada yada. Oh, you're working on the sexy page, I see.
Yes. I have to correct a couple things on the other pages. Not your fault. Well, maybe a couple things are yours, but like staying consistent with the fur lining on the end of her gloves. Suddenly, once she got inside, you gave her the cuff instead of the fur lining at the end.
At what point does this fur lining come into the story?
It's like back on page 1 and 2 and 3. Let's see.
No, I mean, what part does the fur lining play in the plot of the story?
It's not a big plot hole. I just want things to be consistent.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
And then, of course, the other minor thing is from page. Couple minor things from page 7, I think. Here, when he comes in and putting her down, he's still not in his snowsuit, which I think he should be. I would think he would put her down before he takes it off.
Oh, good lord.
And these are just things that I see afterwards, and it's like, oh god! And I know you don't really want to go back and change anything.
Well, I'm not going to unless you pay me more money. All the drawings that are in there, all the thumbnails, you already pre-approved, so.
Yeah, well, actually, when I did my version of it, I kept that consistent, but you didn't look at it. You never thought about keeping it consistent. But
No, I don't. I don't look at your drawing. Man, I tell you, I'm working on a pinup for somebody, and this is like the absolute worst character design. Just a big nothing burger.
oh wow,
It's like, oh, let's give her a jacket, and also a tank top, and also gloves, and also the gloves glow, and also lots of belts and straps, and also the belts and straps are magic.
well that's why they glow because they're magic, right?
Also, the pants have a bunch of holes in them, but not too many holes. And boots, and the boots have a lot of straps, and also the boots are magic.
Do the boots glow too?
Stupid ass character.
Let me guess, it's yours.
I need to write a story. And the story needs to be 5 pages long. You want to help me write a story?
Let me think about that.
Huh?
I said, let me think about that.
Okay.
What's the story about?
No idea. I have to write one. I have to make one up
For what?
for the buckler.
Hello? Or was that you? Somebody else?
No, I'm sharing something. Let me get my story writing template up so I can start thinking of a story. All right.
Characters, setting, plot, conflict, resolution. Keep the reader comfortable, uncomfortable. Keep the story flowing smoothly and let it come to a logical conclusion. What's that? Natural, hot,
It
peak
says natural, not peak dialogue.
dialogue. Know the antagonist like the back of your hand. Cool.
This is just these are not like overall rules. These are just rules for writing buckler stories that I've given myself.
Uh-huh.
Everything has to come out to stagnation, kind of like a television show serial.
Yeah.
At the end of it, because you know when you're writing a story about a bad guy, right? You got to have either the end of the story has to have like justice be served, meaning they die. They have to change in some way, or they have to stagnate. Like they found a way to make it so that he continues on as he is in evil.
Or worse. Or
So
maybe,
all the stories end in stagnation, right? They all end with the buckler being just as evil or just as bad. I wouldn't call him evil. But it's got to have external stakes, internal stakes, and philosophical stakes, every story. Or else, why write a story? Whew.
want to write a story for something to do?
Huh?
You said, well, otherwise, why write a story? And I just said, for something to do?
I mean, if you're going to do something, do it right, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Sort of makes sense, I guess.
Like, why waste the time doing something if it's going to be like half measure?
True.
All right, let's start off here with a little bit of brainstorming. How about that, Rick?
Uh-huh. So it's a Buckler story. It's supposed to be 5 pages.
Yep, 5-page story. 5-page story. All right,
Uh,
so let's see. Brainstorming ideas. What are things? Things in the world. Things in the world that are interesting. What are things in the world that are interesting? Let's see. How about guns? Guns are good. Guns are cool. What else?
uh,
Let's see. Boobies. What else are cool? Sneakers. Rick, you're not helping. What are cool things?
what are cool things?
Ooh, a big fish. That's cool.
Kids? Maybe it's a 5 page story of Buckler sneaking to see his daughter.
That's an offshoot of the kids. Let's see here. Sneak to see daughter.
Maybe some sort of hijinks end up ensuing.
Yeah, but we want to brainstorm. We don't want to get stuck on one idea.
Yeah.
What are other cool things? Cool things. Cool things. Ooh, like high tech stuff is cool. What's something that you would want for your birthday? Something cool.
Money?
Money is cool. I like money. Cars are cool. Money, fast cars, diamond rings, gold chains, and champagne. Alcohol is cool. Gold is cool. But that's also money.
Yes, gold is money. Other cool things are there? Boats? The sea?
What?
I
What do you
said,
say?
I said boats, the sea.
Oh yeah, boats are cool. Yeah, the sea. The sea is great. That's a great. That's a good one there.
The Buckler on a high seas adventure. The Buckler as a pirate. Pirates there. There's a cool thing. Pirates.
Dangerous animals are cool. Like tigers and bears and such.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh me, oh me, oh my.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, we got some nice ideas here. Some things. All right, so let's narrow these down to the coolest of the cool. Well, let's just leave these as they are. Let's go with let's go with the sea. I like that one a lot. So let's throw some ideas out. What kind of stories could happen on the sea?
Well, sort of said pirate type thing. Buckler being
Yeah,
a
but this is
pirate.
taking place in like, huh?
The Buckler being a pirate. They're
No,
a
I don't want to
pirate.
make a whole new story. You know.
Well, you said a 5-page story.
Yeah, a 5-page story, like a, I don't want it to be like I have to set up the whole backstory of why the Buckler's a pirate now.
Or pretending to be a pirate.
How about, what also is on the sea? Docks. Docks are by the sea. A lot of criminal activity happens at the docks. A
Yeah.
lot of fun things happen at the docks. Okay, we have, boats of all sorts, like ocean liners, small boats, charter fishing, tugboats. What else happens at the sea? Tide pools.
Uh,
What else? Fishing. What else?
People enjoying a day at the beach.
Swimming. Yeah. Tanning. Yep. Yep. What else happens at the sea? At the beach at the sea. Big waves.
Yeah.
Surfing.
Right. Mallet says intercourse.
Underwater. The unknown. Intercourse happens at the beach. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. What else?
Under them docks. What else? Well, you said illegal activity, right?
Huh?
You said illegal activities.
Yeah, I said that already. Yeah.
Volleyball. Or did you say that
Yeah, I
already?
have that over here under like beach activities. You could say
Okay.
volleyball. Any idea. The wilder the idea, the better, Rick. Let your mind wander.
Yeah.
There could be
I,
monsters in the ocean, like mermaids or krakens.
why did you say that?
Oh, there could be an enormous battle happening off the shore between the Canadian Shield and some humongous kaiju monster from the depths.
Sure. Okay. We'll go with that.
Or it could be any superhero, really. It doesn't matter. Their superheroes exist in this world, so it could be some other hero. It could be Miss Maple fighting a big old monster. So hero fighting monster.
The buckler fighting a monster. You're not taking over my turf, monster.
What else happens at sea? Well, we're not going to call this the sea because and there's not really a sea near Winnipeg. And I want this to take place near or around Winnipeg.
So a lake or river or something.
Yeah, it'll be a lake. Lakes still have boats.
Yes, they do. It depends.
Okay, so we explored the sea. What?
I was gonna say not super big boats. It depends on the size of the lake, too.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught up on the minutia. Right now, this is all about like quantity of ideas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like as many ideas as possible. Everything's possible.
yeah.
All right, let's think about dangerous animals and kids. Let's put those two together. What could we do with that? Dangerous animals and kids. Obviously, it could take place in some sort of a wilderness area
A zoo.
around. Oh, at a zoo, possibly. Yeah. Somebody could be like trafficking dangerous cats,
Yeah.
or perhaps monkeys, even. Dangerous animals. They could be trafficking dangerous animals. What else could happen with wild animals and kids? It could be some sort of like a nature center where some kids are like on a field trip.
Yeah. And attack. Animals attack.
An animal attack, yeah.
No. Kids wanting to get close to the animals.
hmm All right, how about this? A group of kids are out in the woods. They discover the corpse of a large buck, like a deer. They can hear things happening, like noises and stuff, and all around them, and they're getting scared, right? And then like breaking right into their tree line of sight, right? Like right into their little clearing where they're at. The buckler's fighting a bear.
Could be. Sounds
What about this?
interesting.
They find the buckler unconscious and mauled in the forest.
Yeah, they could have be even poking him.
They can
See
poke
if
him with a
he's
stick.
see if he's alive.
And the buckler has to get them. The buckler has to get them and himself to safety because the thing that did that to him is still on the loose.
Well, dumb question. Would he care about the kids to get them to safety? I know he'd care about his daughter, but would he care about other people's kids?
Yeah, of course. He's not a monster. He's just a villain.
Hey, some villains are monsters.
Like most importantly, okay. Do you remember that episode of Star Trek where um, the entire crew is incapacitated and Picard has to name a bunch of kids his crew?
Yeah, well, they're not all technically incapacitated, but they're all separated. Yes, but I know what
Oh
you.
my God, Rick! Jesus Christ!
I know which episode you're talking about.
Sons of the Pharaoh! Picard doesn't have access to his normal crew.
Okay, we can say that. That would be true.
So he enlists the help because he himself is hurt, right?
Yeah.
So the buckler is hurt. It'll be like that. Like he needs these kids to help him get the job done. Now, what job could be getting done? That's
Besides
more
getting
exciting.
out of besides getting out of the forest.
Besides getting him back to his car, what is the main job he needs to get done?
Uh, well, you said he into drugs or whatever? Not doing drugs, but selling them or what? What?
Yeah, he sells drugs.
Maybe he wants to take out a competitor's drug locale in the forest. And he just happened to come across the bear first. So
All right, well, let's think of something. Let's think of something. I think that we got a good idea here, so we can erase all this other stuff, and we'll start working on this story. The premise of the story. Let's type it out. Premise. Buckler needs to. Let's say he is. Let's say he found somebody that was growing marijuana, and they're honing in on his business. That's not really important. That's kind of like the backstack. That's the background. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We don't even have to say that outright. We just know that he's out here in the woods for some reason. The main point of it is he needs to get these kids to not only do what he says, but help him do something. The reason that he's all jacked up is important. That's going to be hard. How did he get so jacked up? And it needs to be his own fault.
He kicked a mama's bear cub, and the mama bear came after him.
It's an idea. What else?
He stole the bear's food.
Okay, it doesn't have to be a bear. It could be anything.
Okay, he stole a cougar's food. Or can we just say animal at this point?
Yes. Like, what's a reason and what's a believable thing that could actually jack up the buckler that much? I'm thinking a long fall from somewhere. Something that would possibly make him go over a cliff. Maybe he's all wet and he kind of dragged himself from the river after falling a couple hundred feet.
No.
Could even be an accident. Maybe he was going. Maybe he was trying to do something to that campsite wherever they were growing marijuana or whatever, and he ended up mistakenly, slipping and falling off into a river and down a cliff.
Yeah, I just can't really see the bucklers mistakenly slipping, and falling
me
down.
neither. Maybe he gets shot. How about that?
Yeah, and propels them backwards. But fighting that near cliff, these are just punk bad guys, or maybe at best a cartel. Them forcing him to an edge of a cliff to fight.
I got it. You know how sometimes those cartel people, they'll set up traps around their grow sites?
Yeah.
And he stepped on a tripwire, which, you know how they have those connected to the little shotgun shells and PVC pipes?
Yeah.
And it just tripped off and shot him right in the face. Or right in the chest. And it was a pretty big blast, right? So he's like jacked up because he's not invincible.
Yeah, especially
But
when he's not expecting it or whatever.
right, and then because and this happens a lot to hunters, the gunshot attracted a bear.
Uh huh.
So that's what happened to the buckler. That's why he's all jacked up. So now he needs to get, and now that he's incapacitated, he wouldn't really be able to help these kids if the bear came again. He needs to get to his vehicle, which is where he has his gun, and he needs the kids to get him there.
Or
How's that sound?
another gun because he's lost the gun that he had.
He didn't even have a gun to begin with.
I can't see the. Well, would Buckler go anywhere without his gun?
Yeah, he goes a lot of places without his gun.
Uh,
When he goes to that rumble, that riot in the main book, he doesn't have his gun with him.
yeah, I could see that. But I just mean when if he's about to go, to, an enemy's well, maybe not fortress, but thing, you would think he would have some backup besides his, you know, muscles and all that.
Maybe. Okay, we'll say he lost his gun. He needs to find another gun. He says he has another gun in the car. It's down the hill a bit.
Yeah.
And he has to get there. He has to get there quick before the bear returns. How can the kids help him? Also,
How old are the kids?
the kids are like barely. They're on the cusp of being teens. They're preteens. There's a boy, probably three boys. I don't know. I guess maybe a boy and two boys and a girl.
Yeah, there's like how many of them is there? Well, he's gonna might need one of them to help him walk, or make a splint for his leg or whatever,
Maybe, yeah.
so he can walk. Because I guess his first priority would be being able to walk under his own power. A tiny bit.
Yeah. Like we can discuss like the happenings of the story, like filling in the story. I think we should probably now we should start worrying on the plot, meaning what are the stakes of the story. Obviously, we have external stakes. What are the internal stakes, and what are the philosophical stakes of this story?
Well, he could die. I guess that's obviously
Well, that's an
physical.
external stake. Those are all things that are happening, right? What's happening inside? What's happening in his mind and his heart?
I would think he'd be a bit pissed off at himself for not.
Right, but what is the lesson that he would be learning, right? Like for instance, like is he thinking in himself like I'm not 100%? Is he
Not to be so cocky.
right? Is he like having a crisis because he's learning that as much as powerful as he is, something simple, you know, could be dangerous. Also, maybe he has trouble convincing these kids because the kids know who he is and they know that he's not a good man.
Yeah.
And then how does that change him? Without the obvious, like, well, the kids help him, and then he feels better, about the kids, something stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
what could actually be clever.
Or maybe it's the fact that he doesn't think these kids can help him. And they just bound together to help him for whatever reason, showing him that
Just altruistically.
could be altruistically or could be some other reason, I don't know exactly. But, to prove that they're not useless.
That's good. I like that. How about how about we do that, and then we put a twist in the story. We end up finding out that the kids are like really eager to help him. Like they think he's cool. You know what I mean? Because he's a bad guy or whatever. And no, let's help you, dude. No, don't worry about it. No, we'll take care of it. And they actually help him out. They resolve the situation with the bear, and then when the kids take off, the buckler ends up finding out one of the parents of this kid is like somebody that he actually did dirty or killed even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he feels like shit again. So it's back to like the buckler being brooding and feeling like shit and all pissed off all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good philosophical stake. I like that. I think it works. All right, so that's the premise. The premise is Buckler. Is it not typing? Come on, you stupid thing. Buckler is in the woods. He is incapacitated. Kids find him.
Realize who he is.
Kids eager to help. Buck refuses help. Realizes he needs kids to get out of situation. Conflict is resolved. What does he lose? He needs to lose something after the conflict is resolved. Even though he gets what he wants, he also has to pay a price for it. What is the price he pays?
He hasn't taken out the drug people that he wanted
No,
to.
I got it. No, I got it. As a kid snaps a picture of him in a helpless state. Buckler is exposed in helpless state. Something that would actually affect him greatly. And then thankful. That can come at the very end. Like, he'll find out later that online, like somebody posted a picture of him. Conflict is resolved. Buckler feels thankful. No, he doesn't need that last part, actually. Because the fact that he's going to be reverting back to a state of depression is like that's going to be what he loses. Turn to normalcy from discovery of kids. How about the kid is the little brother of the girl he kills? He killed 4 years ago. Kid's sister is Nancy. All right. I think that's a good, solid little story there.
Or start.
What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a good start for a story.
And how we connect all this together. Now that we have the beats, the characters, the setting, the plot, the conflict, and the resolution, we can just fill in the actual story parts with dialogue and setting.
Mm-hmm.
And the story should write itself. We have to keep in mind when we're writing a Buckler story, we have to keep the reader uncomfortable. They can't know everything. They have to learn as the story evolves, maybe even on the slower end. The people in the Buckler stories that I write are always, they know more than the reader at all times.
Yeah.
Keep the story flowing smoothly and let it come to a logical conclusion, nothing fanciful. Make sure the dialogue is natural and not peak dialogue. Okay.
Hey, Space.
And no. Huh?
Oh, just Space Gallery said, hey now, in the chat, so
Hey now.
I was
And
just
then know
saying.
the antagonist like the back of your hand. Okay. Who would be the antagonist in this story?
A buckler?
No, he's the protagonist.
Yeah, antagonist is the one causing conflict, right? So that could be the kids, but I would think it would be more the buckler because he doesn't want their help. They are trying to actually be the, for lack of a better word, heroes by helping him. Hey, Todd.
No, I get it, but I'm thinking more abstractly.
One of Canada's best authors, Ernest Buckler. How are you, Todd? Long time no see.
I know, right?
If you want to get in on the chat, it's just I'm using my Discord now for that, and it's the on-air channel. Somewhat.
Speaking of Todd, let me go see how my crypto is doing.
Is your crypto name Todd or something?
No, it's about the same as yesterday. Me and Todd were talking about a crypto called Shiba Inu. I have some money in Shiba Inu.
Uh,
If Shiba Inu ever gets to like 1 cent, I'll be sitting pretty.
why, you got lots in there?
No, but if it gets to 1%, that would be like a. It would be going up in value a whole ton. I think it's only worth like 4 thousandths of a cent right now.
Oh, yeah, but unless you have, like 50,000 of it, I would think it wouldn't matter too much.
Well, yeah. In order to get 50,000 of it, all you would need to put in is like, you know, $300
Yeah, and then
because they're worth just a fraction of a penny. So it's like you could buy all 50,000 for very cheap. Let's put it this way, Rick. If it ever gets to like, a cent, I would have
yeah.
made about $400,000.
Oh wow. Todd says 15.00. I just got my ledger yesterday. Looking forward to losing my money. 5 actually. Todd says.
Say what?
Well, Todd put 15 in the chat, 15.00, and then he said, actually 5. Could he be saying you need it to actually get the 5 cents or $5 to make 40,000, 400,000?
I don't know.
Or is he saying it's like 5% of a cent?
I don't know what he's saying. I'm confused.
Okay, just as long as we know everybody is confused here.
I already have XRP. I don't have Ethereum. Rick, why would you not do the mortar behind those stones first? That would be so much easier.
What do you mean?
Like if you just colored in the whole area, that the color in between the stones, the mortar,
Yeah, I
and then
did that.
colored over that.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
The pinkish
okay.
stuff is the mortar, and then now coloring the stones themselves.
All right, all right. I never seen pink mortar. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I went to the like bricks that are on like some of the pictures that I got. And, I used the eyedropper to grab the color, and that's the color it came out.
Oh, Todd is he's correcting. He's saying to get 50,000, you only need like $3. Yeah, something like that.
Heck, maybe I should get 50,000,
You should.
and then hope it gets up to a cent.
I mean, you wouldn't be making a ton of profit, but you'd be making some profit. Because basically, if you bought for like $3 and then it went up to like a cent, you would only be cashing out like $500 because you know. Basically, you'd be taking your number, whatever you bought, 50,000 of them, and dividing it by 0.01. Space Gallery, it says, my ledger holds 3. I was thinking like Bitcoin and Ethereum for long term, and the third, I was thinking gambling some. Any suggestion? Todd suggests XRP.
Ignition says
Then
price
he
of
says
SHIB.
XRP only.
SHIB is some sort of
Yeah,
like
that's how much it costs. The Shiba Inu, that's how much it costs to buy one share. 0.000072 thousandths of a cent. 72 ten thousandths of a cent.
wow. You could buy a lot for a penny at that point.
Yeah. But in order to get any gains off of it, it would have to go to like, $10,000 a share in order for your penny to be worth anything.
Space says he's got to do some research. But I have 13 million and I've made, I guess, 13 million shares or whatever it would be. 13 million of that crypto.
He has 13 million coins.
Yeah. And he's made 800 bucks.
Yeah, I've only made about, because it went up, because me and Todd were talking about this a while back. And I was like, oh, you know what? I've heard of Shiba Inu, and so I bought like a couple $100 worth of it. But and then it's like more than doubled in price so far. So it's like, so I made about $380 on it so far. Not as much as Todd, but you know how white privilege works, Rick.
No, I don't. Because I can't say I've ever gotten ahead because of being white.
Well, yeah, Todd, you told me the same day, but I didn't pull the trigger on it the same day.
Are you still showing something, anything there, or?
No, I'm about to start writing the thing.
Okay.
Let me pull up. Do you want me to share my Google Docs?
It's just up to you. I have a little bit what we were doing there in a smaller screen on my screen. People saw. I thought all the writing, typing that you've been doing, if you were, for all that.
What is what should I name this story?
The kids. I don't know.
Should I go the route of like naming it something like a story that already exists or a movie film that already exists, but changing the words a little bit for the alliteration, or should I just give it a one-word title?
The buckler bearing through. Buckler not kidding around. The tripwire. You didn't want to talk, which saddened me. I'm 50. The other day in my gallery I had 70s, some old man, 70 something year old dude schooled me about NFT. Boy, did I feel dumb. By the way, John, my $9 lithium is up to $29, says Todd. Yeah,
Nice.
I've heard about the NFTs. I'm still weary about it. Well, I'm not weary about it. I get that it's real and people are willing to pay out the money, but it's like, to me, it's like, how dumb are you? You're just paying. You can get that image digitally without the metadata. It's the metadata that's making it worth money. Or that's what it seems to me, anyways.
What are you talking about?
NFTs?
I don't know anything about NFTs. I would like to know more about NFTs. I don't care what they are or what kind of impact they have overall to the state of art in general. I don't care as long as they can make me money.
I bet Rick would be a savant in NFTs, says.
You know who would be a savant in NFTs? Flit.
I think he says that because the people that are buying stuff for this metadata with art is ludicrously stupid looking. It's a lot of them are not all that good at art. So
What does it matter?
Ignition is saying I'm not that good at art. Building wealth is a state of mind. Super dope when you hear a guy selling a multi-panel art project for 65 million. Yeah.
I think that Todd is doing NFTs. I don't know if that's what he's doing solely now, but I've seen him posting stuff on Twitter about NFTs
Huh.
and little caricatures, little cartoon caricatures.
Has he been making any money at it?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe we'll find
You would
out
have
in
to
a
talk to
second.
Todd about that.
I say that more trying to get an answer out of him in the chat.
Why don't you send him a link?
I told him he's in. I think he's in my Discord, and I said about the. We talked about FT. We can talk about NFTs when I sell one. Okay, so he hasn't made any money yet.
Okay.
But like I said, I think he's in my Todd. Is Todd in my Discord?
I don't know.
It's the space. What's the space?
Are you talking to me, Rick?
No, Todd. Because he says he said it's the space. Let's see. Well, if Todd wants to come on, it's easy enough. Link is in the description for my Discord, and then just gotta go to the on-air section. OpenSea is a cluttered ranking system floated by monkeys and CryptoPunks. Okay, I have no idea what you mean by that, Todd. And I don't think John does either.
What? It's the space?
No.
What?
OpenSea is cluttered by ranking system flooded by monkeys and CryptoPunks.
I don't see that. Where is that at? Let me go to live chat. Oh, OpenSea is a website where you can buy NFTs. He says is a cluttered ranking system flooded by monkeys and CryptoPunks. So he's saying that there's a lot of competition. It's flooded already by monkeys and CryptoPunks.
Okay.
I mean, the people that are into NFTs are the people that like cryptos. What I think he's saying is that it's difficult to get noticed on these sites that sell NFTs. I could be wrong entirely, but from the context of what's happening here, I believe I'm on the right track. You see, once you get into all that stuff, once you get into all that crypto talk and NFT talk, you start talking like a weirdo, and nobody understands what you're talking about. Todd says, "Send me a link." There is no link. Send him a link to your Discord.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of about to do.
Space Galleria says, "I'm a crypto monkey punk." Jeff Potts says, "NFTs are everywhere."
Generate link, copy. Let's see, where's the chat? Live stream. Okay. Link to my Discord. And then you go down and into the on-air channel. Todd.
All right, kids walking through heavy woods, lots of birch trees, talking to each other.
Hey, Todd.
Boys age 13 plus.
Can you hear me already?
Yeah?
I can hear you. What's up?
Oh my god, all I did was just press that link.
Fantastic, right?
Yeah. Wow, that's something. So I can teach you about NFTs, and NFTs aren't hard to, the whole space isn't hard to manipulate and stuff as far as like minting them and putting them on there. But honestly, I don't really, I haven't sold any, so what do I say? You know what I mean? I feel like a failure.
Yeah, the only thing that gets me is it seems weird. Like I can take the same digital image and give it to people for free. Why the hell do you
Well,
know?
well, it is a ownership contract. Once you've minted one and sold one, now that owner now owns that image. Doesn't mean it's out of your computer or anything like that, but he's the owner, so he can dictate how you use it. I mean, obviously, what can you do, really? But that ownership contract is legit. But like you said, you can right click. If I've posted an image, then you can right click it. And
This is what I don't understand about NFTs, right? And I guess this for me, this is my biggest reservation. I don't understand the people who buy NFTs, what it is they're looking for. Are NFTs a specific thing? Are NFTs just like regular artwork?
Well, they
Well,
can be any sort of artwork.
yeah, there's photography and everything, but it is a specific thing, and there can be things within it. Like you can put,
Like if I'm
let's
making
call
an
them Easter
NFT,
eggs.
yeah, like if I'm making an NFT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm making a piece of artwork, I know what my goal is.
Mhm.
Not an NFT, right? A regular piece of artwork. I'm drawing something digital online. I know what my goal is. My goal is to make a cool looking piece of artwork. And then I try to sell that piece of artwork. This is not like working on commissions where somebody gives you money first, then you produce and draw something for them. You know what I mean? It's
No,
like
you're right. Right.
it's like
So
fine art where you create a piece of work and then you try to sell it online or at a gallery or something like that. But who is the market? I don't understand that at all. So that's what's giving me reservations for
now I have some
throwing one.
ideas about that. You'd have to know where that market hangs out, right? Like maybe say it's elves or sexy elves, right? And then maybe there's a Reddit called Sexy Elves. And obviously use your regular social media to try to attract those same people. But it is kind of like find your customer and then give them what they want. And so that's really tricky because who would have thought people wanted all these monkeys, right? Is all you pull up NFTs and what you see is a lot of different monkeys. Those are randomizers. Like Mike made his, like he drew a couple different facial expressions, and he drew two hands holding like on each side, like a left hand and right hand. So he drew a few little things, and then some guy plugged them in, and boom, generated 10,000 with all different variations. And that's the same thing with the other monkeys, the ones that called I think it's called Ape Yacht Club. It's a randomizer generating all kinds of different ones. Now it generates 10,000, but then they go in and they generate some rare ones. So they're like using gradients, which you can't use in that type of generator. So you've seen some of the gradient ones go for like millions, and then there's been a zombie one that went for a lot. So they do go in and
Well, what do you
after
mean
they've-
rare ones? I thought every single one of them was rare. Like they're all individually,
No.
and once they're sold, they're gone.
And
Well-
hold on. Hey, Jeff, how are you? Jeff Potts jumped in. That's why I was just saying hi to him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
we can now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just joined in. I actually didn't intend to jump on here, but
Well, now you're here.
Hello,
so
Jeff.
Give us
Yeah.
give us some wisdom.
so the way that it seems to work, because I'm kind of like an outsider in all of this, and the way it seems to work is that you almost like have to build a community, and it seems like that audience is really focused on either your IP that you have or the that specific style with NFTs, and they want stuff like utility that goes with it, which is your NFTs can be part of a game. Your NFTs could have like something separate that comes with them, and so there's kind of like, I don't want to say a clique, but it's kind of like a community that is built up around those types of images, and whether that has enough staying power to maintain that sort of thing, I don't know. But that's kind of like what I'm seeing, because like Gary's trying to do it. Gary Shipman's trying to do it, and but he's doing a little bit more along the lines of
hand drawn ones.
Yeah, hand drawn and real art.
Right.
So it's just not like a variation of monkeys, and he's not getting as much traction, but he is getting some attention. And then guys like Zach Bradley, he's doing what they call Maidens and Monsters, and he doesn't have as big a community as either like Doug or Mike, but he does get a lot of customs, and he is getting some attention based on
What does that mean, getting a lot of customs?
Well, he's in those same communities. He's in Mike's community as a guest artist, and he's in a couple other ones. So he gets that reach. And of course, he's on the show when Mike shows his. Mike's using it almost like you're doing an auction. But you can also work with Mike as far as like if you want to make 5 apes like his, like if you want to make 5 custom apes, you can do that, and they can be hand drawn. And so they'll go into his space, like his marketplace. It's like a marketplace within a marketplace, and they'll go there. And if they sell, they sell, and you get some, and he gets some of that. But because I've seen some two good ones. One was a predator, and one was an alien. And they were just basically like his apes wearing those costumes, which was really a cool idea. I thought, man, that's pretty fucking awesome. So it is like that. Like you need to get in on somebody's community or create your community from scratch. There's no community out there. Like the space called OpenSea uses Telegram, but Telegram is one of those things where you got to get people to add to you. Like you can't jump in a group called.
Pretend that like there's more than just you and Jeff Potts in this conversation.
Well, okay, so Telegram is a fairly new kind of social media that is like a phone message that goes out to all your contacts. So if you wanted all your contacts to see the same thing, then they would see the same text that you sent. It says, "Hi, how's everybody doing?" Whatever. So they'd all. It's
almost like a peer-to-peer version of Twitter, kind of.
Right. So if you can get people to add to your group, like more of your contacts, like I need more contacts. So if you can get collectors to jump in and come to your Telegram, just like getting them to come to your Discord, then you have now potential customers. There are a lot of people that are looking at NFTs, but the amount of customers, like I think I thought it was bigger than it was, and it's really not. The amount of people that are buying NFTs. Some people are buying, like, there's some that are really cheap, like 0.001 ETH, and that's really not. That's like $73. But trying to sell one for, say, a half of ETH, which would be $800, it's not that common. Like I said, there's these few things that have hit a niche, like the monkeys and the CryptoPunks, which look like Atari guys with mohawks and stuff, and a few other ones. But if you go through the OpenSea market and just browse, you'll see not that many. There's so many artists there, but they haven't sold anything yet.
Yeah,
so it's really tricky because that is a flood. That's a ranked based system. And ranked means how much you've sold. So if you haven't sold anything, people that have sold are going to come up. Like if somebody puts in llamas, and I have a llama on one of mine, then that's going to come up last because I've sold none. So it's a rank-based system. Now I think I have an idea coming that I'm waiting just for a different marketplace. I don't want to use OpenSea because I don't think OpenSea. Well, I think there's something going on within OpenSea. Let's just put it that way. So I want to use a more fair-based marketplace. So I'm going to wait for. I have a lot of my crypto on Coinbase, so I'm waiting for their marketplace. So then I can put out, like I can back some of my pieces by, knowing that I can afford if there's any fees. There may not be any fees. I don't even know yet. But on OpenSea, if you want to put it as like an auction piece, like highest bid gets it, well then you have to have the gas fees that back it. And I don't have that much ETH to back those gas fees. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it is. Gas fees are like saying, I'm selling this. Yeah, you'll get your 2.5%, but it's going to cost money to actually sell it. And I don't even, if you're going to want me to explain that, maybe Jeff can, because I don't.
Well, the gas fees go along with.
So essentially, it's like paying a fee to be put in a gallery.
No. It's almost like a transaction fee.
Exactly.
Because it's so much ETH. Like some of those were $1 million, right? Say that a monkey sold for $1 million. Well, the transaction between the artist and the collector, there's a fee there that's like, maybe it's $30,000. It's like ridiculous because the ETH is like that,
It's because in order to I think it's mint, because I'm not entirely sure of the actual terms. In order for you to mint something on there to make it unique, it has to be processed by the blockchain. And basically what you're doing is you're taking up time on the blockchain, kind of like in the old days you'd be taking up time on a mainframe. So you have to pay, quote, a price for that. You kind of have to pay for that because it doesn't come free. And the more people who are processing on the blockchain at any given time, the more expensive it is because you only have so many computers processing stuff that it goes with the laws of supply and demand. If you have less, the price for something goes up. If you've got more, the price of it goes down. Or if it's not being bought, or somebody's not using a lot of it or is not buying a lot of it, of course the price drops. So
that is some of it.
Yeah, that's right. Some of it.
The other part is to transfer my $1 million of ETH to you, the artist, takes time, and so the gas fee comes from that time. It's like it's almost like the bank transaction. Like you use an ATM that's not yours. Well, you're right. That blockchain isn't yours; it's theirs. And right now, the current ETH system is really slow. Well, it's not. It's somewhat slow, but it still causes like a huge fee for whatever reason. Now, there's some that have come out with no fee. That the space, the marketplace gets 2.5% or whatever, and they're out there. Like you could use Ratify. What is it? Rarible? Rarible's one.
Yes.
Uniquely is one. I'm just waiting on two, that are launching soon because one will be launched where all the mistakes of the others will have been figured out, right? So that's kind of why you wait for other ones because there's some serious issues with OpenSea. And the other is NFT.com, which certainly has a lot of money behind it. So they'll have it, brushed up really well and easier. Not that OpenSea's hard, but there's some things about it I don't understand. I made mine is a game. One of mine is a game, and and it's collect the most cards, you get back 10% of all the ETH from the set. It's a collectability game. It's not a game that you could use per se as like you would use magic cards. It's not like that, but you can make them like that. But I don't understand those either. So
Space Gallery said a little bit ago, what if I film a breaking of one-of-a-kind water pipe worth about $4,000, high-def video gift? I'm thinking this is different.
gifts are possible.
No, I mean it is possible to do. I think Doug Tenaple put out a what is that? His clay, forget what the clay world or Never World or whatever it's called. He did put, I think, a couple of videos out that did do that he did sell through that sort of blockchain.
Eventually,
So
this would be the way you buy music, the way you buy other things too. Eventually, but right, and there are music already on one of them. There's one that's, but that's the first one out of the gate is always like the toughest. You know what I mean? And then other ones come along that refine and make it better, and the user aspects become better. But yeah, eventually this will be, streaming services will use this. Like they'll put an episode or maybe a whole show on a blockchain that you have to pay for to watch. You watch, it'll be like that. And it's going to change everything, but doesn't mean I understand some of it.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I understand bits and pieces of it personally. But it is kind of interesting because like I said, I'm kind of on the outside looking in, and watching kind of how the people who are getting a lot of interest and the people who are still not getting a lot of interest and what's being done. And like I said, it's to me it almost seems kind of like a little click. I wouldn't call it little.
Well, Mike got lucky.
A bit of a click.
He made some for a guy who's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Who has a huge platform, and then that YouTuber sent all his customers when Mike debuted his. So he made almost $250,000 that night.
Well, he made a name for himself in a very well-known community, and a lot of those followed. Because he did something with some aliens, right. Pluto Alliance or something like that. He did something with some aliens, and he got that because he had been interested in crypto he's been in crypto for like 5 years, probably even longer. And so he had been involved with a lot of that stuff, kind of at the ground level. So he's had a lot of time to build up name and recognition and all that other stuff, and then get in and start doing these NFTs. And because there weren't a lot of artists out there that were doing, I guess, the high quality stuff, that's how he sort of made his name. And then he was able to go out and do his own thing. So he spent a lot of time laying a bunch of groundwork to do all this stuff. And then in addition to that, he's been doing customs, which is, the NFT creating unique, one-of-a-kind NFTs for customers, like you guys would do commissions.
Yeah, and that's something I'd be willing to do. I'm basically using NFTs to be like, well, that means I just draw whatever I want. And I don't have to, I'll put it up there, and if it sells, it sells. And then I'm doing something with my daughter where it's a trading card game. But I have one coming that it might hit a certain type of audience. And
what audience?
Well, we'll see. I don't want to talk about it because it's just a huge gamble.
He doesn't want to give anything away.
No, because I have a clever name. All of it it's all, like, I don't even want to say it because, it's just was one of those things I woke up thinking about, and boom. So, and I can make them fast. Like I don't really like the whole idea of a randomizer, but I've figured out how to make them fast without even using them. You know, because I work digitally anyway. So I can make
Well,
40 or 50 of them inside of 10 hours. So I'll be dropping them all, at one time.
hello,
just see.
Intense Webs. How are you? He says, "Hey, from Twitter, laugh out loud. How are you doing? I'm doing good."
All right, well, I'm going to drop out now, so I've
Okay.
thrown in my 2 cents.
Well, thanks for
Well,
coming on,
yeah,
Jeff.
thanks.
You're welcome to
problem.
come on anytime.
No problem. No, thank you.
Nice
Just
to
gotta.
talk to you, Jeff.
Hey, nice talking to you too, man.
Take care, Jeff. So
Yeah.
who's coloring?
Me
And what is John doing?
writing a script for the Buckler
Oh, cool.
for a 5-page thing for the Buckler.
Now the whole cryptocurrencies thing is way different as far as like I really did my research there and have made money and really kind of changed how I'm planning for my future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have any. I can talk about that with no problem.
Welcome back, Mallet. Mallet is back.
He's building a deck, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, he says apparently November is a good month for building a deck. Probably means a deck.
I don't know. I think that's how they say deck in like New England.
So we'll see. I mean, if my, like I have other ideas, but right now I'm just drawing one, or not really. It's really not drawing. It's
So let's
really
say, for
manipulating.
instance, that I'm going to do a card game with a bunch of cool little, I don't know, illustrations. I don't think I quite understand what a randomizer is. But let's say I do every single one of them by hand. Is there still a market for that, and would it still be profitable?
It's a good question because all I see on my Instagram are the ones that are created by a program.
Okay.
By
Kent
having
Webb
a
says
few.
New England. Exactly what I was thinking. Get out of my head. A DAC.
Intense says, "Did he say crypto? Laugh out loud. I'm in." We're tearing old stuff down and building a new porch deck on the front of the house. Oh, cool. Mallet.
John, there is a video on YouTube that'll show you how to use the randomizer. But
Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not even ready
yeah.
to. I'm not even ready to like fill my brain. Like right now, I got. I'm the kind of person that believes that if you want something to happen, then you need to be obsessive compulsive about that one thing. And right now, I'm obsessive compulsive about some other thing, and I don't want to fill my head.
What is it?
It might affect my life plans currently.
What is it that you're obsessing about?
Oh,
Like you don't have to tell me the idea. Just tell me.
No. It's not an idea. No, right now I'm currently obsessing over my schedule and making sure that I can maintain a certain level of income by doing nothing but artwork. So right now I'm all about that. Once I get that settled in, then I can start thinking about other stuff.
Yeah, it's like if if this NFT idea kind of works, then good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not put to any fire. Like obviously, comic books, like you're talking about, there's a certain expectation and amount you need to get done, and you got to make it be like, well, I'm sitting here and I'm making $15 to $30 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and if that's possible, then that's awesome, you know. And so I get that whole idea behind that, you know, as far as
Because right now I'm still in the transition phase because now I'm a full-time illustrator. And so if I can solidify how I do my thing and get it to the point where I have a routine where I can constantly I'm regenerating, getting work, and maintain the amount of money in my account coming in, you know, then I can be okay. I'm good. I'm good in that aspect. But right now, I'm still really 100% concentrating on that, making that happen.
see, my suggestion for you, if you were to say, Ty, what would you suggest? I'd say there's things that you may not want to ever sit there and draw, but you'd make money at them because you're good at them, and you'd be fast at that. And that may not be something you want to do, but
I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean?
Okay,
You're talking about
so
like
there's
a new
this-
avenue of
yeah, there may be an avenue you're not thinking of. There's this artist who his successful graphic novel is called Rust. Rust is, I don't think it's the same movie that they're making. The thing got shot, but Rust was a kid's graphic novel, and it did really, really well. And that guy also draws Biscuit. Biscuit is Scholastic Books. You know, like there's a couple other ones, Crazy Somebody or whatever, and she's got like colorful hair. And so, if you were to say, well, I could sit here and draw, what's this new, like Fortnite. I could draw Fortnite characters. So maybe they'll make a Fortnite graphic novel or something. You send in your artwork to Scholastic Books, and you'd be the person that they go to when stuff like that. Like this may be something where you can make money because you're good at cartoon type characters. You can whip those out pretty fast. But is that something you really want to do? Is it just about the money, or is it about like I want to draw like this?
No, it's just about the money.
Yeah. So there's avenues you could go. What was I thinking? What's that? Like, what's the stupid game that everybody's playing with the little animals?
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, Animal Crossing. Like, for instance, if you sent in some Animal Crossing samples, or Bluey, want to draw Bluey all day? Because they're going to be.
Yeah, I love drawing Bluey.
Bluey is going to be, you know, there's going to be so many graphic novels and Scholastic Books once they get their ability to travel back. You know what I mean? As far as like going in all those schools and stuff. But they've sort of slowed down their intake and inflow of. But Bluey is going to be one of those ones where I thought I could sit there and draw Bluey all day. I'll send some Bluey samples in.
Right, but I wouldn't know where to send samples in to where.
Scholastic Books.
So I would have to go and look up that and figure that out.
Right.
And so, right. And the thing is, like, all this stuff it takes time.
Yeah, so, but not that much. Don't ever let the time that it takes to do research.
Oh, I always let it affect me 100%.
Yeah, don't, because it didn't take me long to figure out what is a blockchain, what are cryptocurrencies, what are utility tokens. It didn't. And I used to sit there and go, I'm reading all these words, and I don't know what DeFi means. I didn't know what that meant, But now I got all that. I did all the research, and I figure I know 50% of it. Not 100, but 50, and 50 will get me by. don't ever let the research be the thing that slows you down. It's not really that long. Plus, it's YouTube, man.
And plus, I gotta make samples to send out.
Okay, but don't let that be. I mean, you know what I mean? Do some
It's not.
turnaround.
I know that there's 100 million ways to make money in the world. I can't do all of them. Right
No,
now,
but
I'm working on a few right now.
right. I'm just saying there may be avenues you haven't thought of, and
No, there are definitely avenues I haven't thought of. Again, like I said, my thinking is very linear, and to my detriment sometimes, very obsessive over one particular thing.
I thought you were honestly, John. I thought you were mad at me for some reason
About what?
because I said, "Hey, if you have time, let's talk."
Oh, well, I don't know. I forget about that shit.
But you used to put in a link all the time on your. You're making me think you're like Rick. You have new groups that you made to keep make sure I'm not in them, so that you can have a show without me.
Nope.
No, I'm kidding.
I
I'm
don't. I
kidding,
don't
Rick.
even have. I haven't even had shows in a while.
You haven't.
Yeah, but he gets around. He's been on VIX a lot. He comes out.
Yeah, I go on Captain Deckard Spock. I go on Jedi Bill. I go on Vic Stream sometimes. I don't know, the people that stream, they change. Times change. Tides change.
Let me ask you something. How much XRP do you have?
Let me go look. Where's my phone?
Where you left it. Or where your wife put it. Take
You're a
it
lot of
back.
help there, Rick. Thanks a lot, man.
You're welcome. Glad I could be of help. How would I know where he left it? You know, I'm not in LA in his house.
Well, anyway,
All right. So anyway, XRP, I currently have 348.88
yeah. Try to
in
get that
XRP.
to. Try to get that to 1,000. Just having 1,000 coins is as fast as you can.
Yep.
And basically, all I'll say about it, it is going to have its day. Once it gets past this SEC lawsuit, it's going to have its day. It has so much more utility and faster, and you know, it's already sort of in use in so many places, but they're not. Those places haven't like launched them yet. Like the banking system has all these old programs that are slow and don't communicate well, and you know, transferring $20 to somebody in Africa costs you 10. Um, you know, XRP has already solved all that, and other ones are trying. You know, what other ones are trying to do, because Ethereum has its own other abilities, right? I mean, obviously,
I
but
have no idea what it's about, to be honest.
it's not fast. It has gas fees.
I basically just read like Reddit posts to figure out what prospects are. I don't really go into like what they do for the world or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Ethereum has issues on its blockchain.
I'm more concerned with getting to 1,000 ounces of physical silver first.
Yeah, all John cares about is if it makes him money. If it doesn't, he doesn't need to know anything else, even if
Well,
it does.
XRP will.
Well, the more you know about anything, the more possibility you can make a smart decision to make you more money. But I got a bunch of stuff I got to do.
And I don't, I told you off the bat, I don't know why the other one's popping off like it is. It just is. It's a community-based thing. So it's the community it almost appears like every time it has a huge dip, somebody comes in and saves it and keeps it from dropping. Like you see, it hasn't dropped past 5.9 in the last 7 days.
Mhm.
So, or maybe it was 5.8. But anyway, or you know what I mean, 0.00058. So why? Like what's holding that? And people are actually now there are a lot of meme coins out there. That's what they call it, a meme coin. There's Floki, there's Cat, whatever, this, that, and everything. And they don't have a utility.
Mhm.
This one does have a utility, but it's not functionable to utility. It's more of community-based utility. When I say the word utility, that means like, what are people going to use this for? And so
I
that's
know
what.
what utility means.
Well, I'm just trying to say that in case Rick wants. So this one doesn't have it. I mean, there are many of them that don't have any utility other than collectability. But this one does. But it's all centered around it, and it's going to have its own marketplace. It's going to have NFTs. It has the ability to, So it's like Pokemon, you know.
Gotta catch
So
them all.
this is the Pokemon of meme coins is Shiba Inu.
How mean are they?
Meme?
You said mean, right? They're mean
No,
coins.
meme like joke.
Oh, okay.
Am I saying the word wrong?
No, Rick's trying to make a joke, a pun joke. It's a bad one.
Oh, because I used to not know what the word was. I used to see the word all the time and go, "What is meme? What's a meme?" But whatever. That's just me. We're old.
Yes, you are.
You're old, not me. I'm still super young. I got my whole life ahead of me. Rick, on the other hand,
I got my
maybe a
whole
few
life ahead
years.
of me too. I don't know how long it is, but I got it ahead of me.
Now, obviously, the king of all these things is Bitcoin. But it's look at it and go, it's out of my league, right? Obviously, it's out of my
I had a
league.
question.
It's in a
I
league
had a
of its
question
own.
about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why
Sorry, I
is
didn't.
it that people trade NFTs in Ethereum and not Bitcoin?
Oh, because that's the blockchain it's built on. It's built on the
Okay.
Ethereum network. There are no Bitcoin.
That answers my question entirely.
Okay. But like I was saying, Bitcoin's the king of them all, and out of my league, so I'm not going to buy any. And is it worth buying a fraction of a share? Well, if you could buy half of one, and then it goes up to 100K, then you've made, you've doubled your money, so to speak. So, but Ethereum, if you're an honest investor, you should have some Ethereum. Ethereum still has room to grow. I used to think Cardano had room to grow, and it does have room to grow, but that price hasn't moved in a while, and that scares me. But XRP hasn't moved in a while, but that doesn't scare me because I know the relationships. These are all in the banks and institutions and stuff like that. So while Ethereum may be the non-working man's crypto, XRP will be the working man's crypto. It'll be the white collar crypto. So I do believe in it, and I do know where it's going, where they're headed and stuff.
Well, that's good.
I wish I was in on this 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. What's wrong with all
What
these
is
smart people that
what
we
is
know?
ADA? What is that?
That's Cardano.
I have no Cardano.
I had some and they got stagnant, and I wanted to play around a little bit with the. Like I bought it at the beginning when I thought, oh, this is a good project. This is a good project. I believe in this. I believe in that. I bought some Cardano in the beginning, but when I wanted to really play and make some money, I said, well, this is just sitting for right now, and it has some issues, and so I did sell my Cardano back for something else. Ethereum, like I said, it has room to grow. There's some other ones. Polkadot, Chainlink. I would get some Chainlink. I had some Chainlink, but I'll get some again. Polkadot, Chainlink. What else? Matic. That's Polygram, Matic.
You're just saying words now. I don't understand what you're saying.
I know, but
Mallet says, I doubled my money in Bitcoin this year. I buy $20 a week. Intense Webs says, I'm ADA all the way, but I accept XRP. I issue and mint tokens and NFTs on Cardano. I just all Pops NFTs. I just made him 4 sets of NFTs. Pops Van Zandt, that is. Are you familiar with Pops Van Zandt, Rick?
Yeah. We've been what's Chris of Hero Shack has been on his thing several times. Watched it, and he's been on Hero Shack a few times. So we've been on at the same time together a few times.
Yeah, he kind of turned on me when the thing with Mike happened, and I've made them free banners over there, and so
What thing with Mike happened?
the
Who
Mike
turned on
Barron,
you, Todd?
Florida man. Oh, Pop Van Zandt.
Oh.
He just booted me from his group, basically. I shouldn't say turned
Ooh.
on me, but whatever.
The dirty double cross.
Well, he's friends with Mike, but
You're talking about which
okay.
Mike?
Barron.
Ow, that's right. Intense Web says, ha ha, Pops is ... different. He seems to get in fights with lots of people.
I noticed that, but I didn't have, I not me. I didn't get into a fight with him. He's an old man. Why am I going to do stupid stuff like that? But he does get into fight with young people on internet fights.
Yeah,
And I don't get that,
Intense Web says, I'm just a business associate with my son, not my personal friend.
The way you're doing this is really bugging me. What
Yeah.
are you
It's best if
using?
you don't watch.
I know. Are you using actually? You have Clip Studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
And he's like doing backgrounds last and stuff. Oh man, it's killing me.
God, he's killing me. Mm.
Well,
Intense Web says, who's speaking that got booted by Pops, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll put my name in the chat. Actually, I'll put my Twitter in the chat.
Go follow him on Twitter.
I don't. I only do the backgrounds last because I don't usually know how I want to do the colors and some of the
Mal-
colors in the background.
Mallet says, I even tell him to do it right. That's bad.
Yeah, you're getting
Look,
art critiques from Mallet of all people.
the first thing you do is take one color and take every panel and make it that color. Then you take away and put a new color. Like you take away, I'm going to take away her face. Take it away. Well, first you would take away the head, take away the upper body, lower body, and then you just take away in pieces, turning what you take away into another color. Because
but I find myself, and even with John here, some of the lines don't always go up, and I can't, for the life of me, do a straight line. So I get the bases in there, and then I go in, zoom in and tighten up to the lines and all that, or take out from the outside.
Basically, he's saying because I don't draw like a coloring book, he can't do it that way.
Well, I'm not saying just you. I'm there's bad, probably worse.
And Kent Webb says, Pops' sister is dating my son. That's how I got suckered into doing his NFTs. Then he says, cool, I followed you. Gonna get a couple more follows in a second.
Has he ever been on here? Who is Intense Webs?
He's friend of. I've seen him in a few different streams. I believe Pops is. Has he been in what's his name? Vic Kings. I think he's been in Vic Kings. I'm not sure.
You know, what kills me, John, is we know some smart people, right? Not saying that me and you are dumb, but we know some smart people that we were talking to on the freaking daily basis, practically. And none of those people ever said, hey, have you heard about, like 3 years ago, they could have said, hey, have you heard about cryptocurrencies? Not one of them.
Miller's been talking about cryptocurrencies for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but okay, but I don't. What? What did you say?
Miller's not
talking about smart people.
Yeah. But I don't hang out with Miller and talk to him on the daily. There's people we were talking to, like, going back 3 years ago, almost like, every two, like maybe 4 times a week, hanging out and talking, and and that's what I'm talking about. I don't hang out with Mike Miller.
Well,
I want someone to say, like me and John, not that we're not capable, but you want someone to say, hey, have you heard about this? And then tell you a little bit. Not that we're not capable to go do some research after we've heard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm speaking for myself, not John. But you know what I mean? You want someone to, like, guide you a little bit. Like, first you got to get an app, and the app, put some, connect it to your bank, and then buy some of this. 3 years ago, Ethereum was $150, Like, what are these smart people that we know doing?
Well, a few years ago, a lot of, I think, just what's his name, Bitcoin was, the whole big thing. Nobody was talking about it, or not too many
Bitcoin,
people.
I think, started out in 2008.
But not too many people were talking about all these other cryptocurrencies that much. Intent says, I'm a full systems admin on my job for 30 plus years professionally and 25 years webmaster. I now mint / issue tokens for NFTs on the side. Really good at it, actually. Unique serialized NFTs. So maybe that's somebody you want to get in contact with. about your NFTs, Todd?
I'm making a connection.
Yeah.
You don't see him asking him in the chat what he does? Even I could
I,
tell what he was doing.
I didn't look up that far.
Oh, shh. I almost said a cuss word. Oh, no. What happened?
But for anybody out there who hasn't, if they want to get in my Discord's easy. There should be a link in the thing, the description. I just know one of them, says Jeff. Like sharks with lasers on their foreheads are a different type of laser. Put the Twitter handle in the chat. I'll follow.
How's that banging noise?
I
Is
think
that
it's
a
Rick.
little? Is that a little horse banging his like hoof on the back of your place that you drawn?
What a foolish assumption.
Do you have any little animals yet?
Of course.
Ooh, how many you got?
I have 3 miniature goats. We have 2 miniature ponies. We had another baby, so that one came out nice. And we're waiting on our kids' horse riding teacher to give us the go ahead to when as soon as the it's a little baby cow. It's a miniature cow, and as soon
Yeah.
as it's old enough, we're gonna take that.
Oh, see, Elon Musk is saying he's going to start a new university. He's going to do that to evade taxes. Smart.
Who?
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
That's how you evade taxes. Start a university.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm studying comic and artist knowledge from you. I'm stealing comic and artist knowledge from you guys, so it's fair.
One of those things is valuable. One of them is not.
The comic and artist knowledge isn't valuable, right? It's the
That's
cryptocurrency.
correct, Rick. Yes, yes, you got it. On the nosy.
Did, did you, John, did you see that I was writing in the vomitorium that we should come up with something, you know? what's his name? Should be able to know how to use the randomizer.
I didn't see anything you wrote in the vomitorium. Let me go look. And when did you write this?
Oh, it had you added, so I don't know, it was like a week ago. But basically, I was saying me, you, and
Metal?
Metal, and Marsupial should work together on some NFTs. We'll supply, the art pieces or whatever they need, and just
Public
come.
forum?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see you in here talking about some monkeys.
All you gotta do is like find the next thing, that has an audience. Do you think elves and other creatures might, something like that? I haven't seen elves, by the way, so I'm giving that away for free, I guess.
I don't know. Why don't you put an invitation? Because I'm sure that Rick is just like aching to like end his show. But why don't you put like an invitation in the vomitorium and see if we can get together with these guys if they're not busy,
Okay.
and we can talk about NFT ideas or avenues.
I even, who
Because
I
I'm
reached
not I'm
out.
not somebody that thinks the NFTs are worthless or I mean I see that people make money off of them. I'm interested.
Yeah, I even reached out to Joe.
Who's Joe? Oh, that Joe.
Yeah, like, because he's tech savvy, although I might be reaching out to a number that doesn't exist. Maybe we get this guy involved. Intense Webs. Is he on the Discord? He must be. Intense. Let's look up search.
Hey, Joshua.
Joshua comes in with the Joe Mama. That is a terrible name for a con. Holocron?
Oh,
God
Lordy.
damn.
Well, Crumb is Pops' character, I believe.
Yeah, it's a terrible name for a con.
You know what? There's one that's
Isn't
launching.
Crom the god of Conan?
Yes. John, there's one that's launching called Shark Mob. And, it's like I said, it's one type of shark with all kinds of variations. I think it's going to be popular.
I don't get it. What does that even mean? One shark with variations? How is that popular? Why do people buy it? I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like what
for instance, like you have this one shell of a shark, and then it might have it will add a clock, like a Flavor Flav, and maybe a hat or a Kango. You know what I mean? It'll add
and who does that? Do I draw the hat? Do I draw the Kangol hat? Do I draw the clock? How does that work?
Yeah, you got to draw all the different pieces. Again, I'm not sure.
So like when I do my for instance, let me share something real quick. How do I get to the Discord? Here I am. Discordant. Okay, stop sharing.
Here is the
Share my screen.
a link to the Vomitorium's Discord for anybody who wants it.
Okay, so let's say I go to my clip studio and I open up pictures. Oh, where is it now? Did I lose it?
want me to quickly show you 3 of them?
Jeff says you could always do Hillary Clinton NFTs. Yeah, no. To the HRC NFTs, I have my limits. Call it the Cackle Factory. Oh no, no to the Hillary Clinton
Oh,
NFTs.
What?
Oh, just Intense Web says no to the Hillary Clinton NFT. He has his limits.
All right. So let's say, for instance, right, we have this image right here. You see what I have here,
Yeah,
Todd?
yeah,
All right. So let's say, for instance, the base image is me at this table, right?
yeah.
And then if I wanted to, like, let me take it away here. So this is me at this table in this room. So what I would be doing essentially is drawing variations after I create this base, right? I would do things like I put a sign behind him, or put this book stand on the table,
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
and then a book on top of the book stand,
Yeah.
or a coaster on the table. So those things, all those little assets that I would be drawing, are an ashtray. There's an ashtray on the table.
One thing that would be easy is see like the hat. You could randomize without doing anything, without the work, other than grabbing all the logos from all the teams, NHL, MLB, NFL, and you could change his hat. And that'd be a simple way of doing. And it's just a program and grabbing the assets and plugging them in.
Like, honestly, if I was to devote, because like, this is what I do, because I'm going to start doing another animated show, and this is going
Yeah.
to be the base of it. Like, that stuff takes a lot of time, right? Making all the assets and everything, and changing it around. I would want to know, like, what my target audience is, and really do some research into what they would likely buy before I would take the time to start doing all these things. Let's put back in the.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this invite thing that you're talking about. I'm trying, but Marsu, like, certain people come up, but oh, maybe I'm not friends with them. And that's why. So just make certain assumptions. I don't know.
Are you talking on Twitter or?
No, on Discord.
Uh,
So did the show end already, or what?
No, I haven't ended it quite yet. Probably gonna end this soon though.
What are we
Jeff
waiting
and I was just wondering. Intent said he was inviting Pops to the stream. I guess to talk, but it doesn't seem like Pops is coming. So I guess yeah, we'll say goodbye. Anything you want to promote, John?
Yeah, my NFTs.
Your NFTs that you don't have?
That's right. It's never too early to start promoting your NFTs, Rick.
Okay, well, Todd, anything you want to promote?
No.
Hey,
No.
so I guess the only thing I want to promote at this point is tomorrow, um, noon Eastern Standard Time, over on Rumble. I will be having a live draw along with me and hopefully a few friends. We'll be just drawing whatever we feel we need to draw or color or whatever. Doing something artistically that we feel we need to do. Hopefully, a bunch of people will come over and watch. There's a link in the description to my Rumble channel if anybody wants to go follow me over there. So I guess we'll catch everybody later. So bye for now. God bless. Love you all. And Intent says to hit him up on Twitter.
I thought we were gonna hit him up in the Discord. Where's Mulrooney at? Did he leave?
I
I'm
don't know.
still here.